folks, video's back. All right, and I'm in it this time. Okay, so history. We are moving into the mid 19th century, so 1850 to 1900. This era is interesting because gold was discovered. All right, so that westward expansion happens. We are looking at some revival of Victorian styles. We are, this period is actually known as the crinoline period. We got the Civil War in here. So what's going on in the United States is we have the Civil War happening. Of course, there's stuff happening in England and Europe. So we'll talk about that as well. And then the second half of this period, so from like 1850 to about 1870, is known as the crinoline period, and the 70s to the 90s are what's known as the bustle period. So if you know, remember we talked about silhouettes, right? In silhouettes, if you know the bustle period, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that too, okay? All right, so as always, we'll do the historical perspective so we know what's going on in the world. We'll talk about any intercultural exchanges that may be happening. We'll talk about what the men are wearing. We'll talk about what the women are wearing. And we'll talk about just kind of the social structure, what's happening at the time, okay? All right, so dive on in.